Good morning and welcome to episode number 3 of my Let's Play series. I am Modangy. I'm coming to you from Australia via the power of a way vessel, and let's get straight into it. Now guys, first massive mistake of the series. I recorded, if you have a look right now, I'm actually level 46. I did a big recording, ran through a whole heap of stuff, and I wasn't able to see my face on the recording during, so when I looked at it afterwards, it was not usable. So I'll have to bring you up to speed with what's happened. First off, whenever we start a new day, we do want to be checking our daily quests. So you do that by going into the quest section, go up to today. There were more on this list. I had to defeat a Minotaur, and I also had to defeat 4 Hawks and 1 Mimic. So I've actually completed those 3 quests. You can actually see on our achievement tabs here that we're actually starting to get through some of the quest seeker. So we've done 9 of 10 quests. That includes story quests and some of the daily quests. So yeah, we're actually starting to get a fair way there. You'll see I've actually got a little dog sitting next to me, so we actually managed to pick up a follower off camera. There's a few buildings that you'll see in Orna. They randomly generate, but you can also build them. So this one here, you're familiar with, the blacksmith. I've showed that in the game. This one here is called an arcanist, and they sell skills that you can buy, and they're tier based as well. So you can actually, as you go up tiers, buy new skills, which is pretty cool. But there's also one called a Bestiary. I'll show you here in... We should be able to... No, we can't build just yet. What I'll do is I'll show it on screen on the other side what a Bestiary looks like. A Bestiary contains followers that you can actually purchase, and you can rename followers there. The followers that are in random Bestiaries should only go up to, I think it's about tier 4, but you can build a Bestiary, upgrade it all the way to level 10, and you can get higher tier pets through that. And they restock on a semi-regular interval. So at the start, first time you build it, takes 3 days, then after that, every 24 hours they will restock. So at a Bestiary, I actually purchased a dog as a follower. Early game, dog's pretty cool because it's got a 50% attack rate. There's also another one that I'd recommend, which is the snake. The snake has a 90% attack rate, and it also has a chance to poison the enemy. Difference between the dog and the snake is that the snake costs a whole lot of extra gold, and we didn't have the gold at the time, so we might revisit getting a different follower at a different point in time. And then I'll show you another couple of buildings. What I might do is do a little, maybe an insert, or perhaps at the start of the video or just after this, showing you guys a couple of buildings. One of them is a shop. You actually get a shop at the start of the game when you make an origin town, so I'll show you how to do that. And the origin town, the shop is really important early in the game because you actually end up using a lot of potions early in the game. So you see I've got small health potions, small mana potions. I've actually got a decent chunk of each of those because I did purchase some from a shop in the original footage that was unusable. Same with torches. So what we want to be doing is we want to be playing the entire game with a torch equipped, because the torch will actually expand our view distance and it'll cause more monsters to spawn. So that's something that we really want to be doing. What also happened in the recording is I walked around a bit and I managed to find a Goblin Lord. So you see here that I'm actually at 1 of 1 for the Goblin Lord. So we can complete that, hand that in, and now we've got to kill 10 Draconians as our next story mission. So what are we looking at level wise? We're on level 46. We're starting to get there. I'm going to kill this Bandit Lord while we're here. We'll just do that real quick. We're starting to get pretty strong against these tier 1 enemies, so that's good. Have we got any Draconians on screen? Doesn't look like it. So, you know what that means? That means Alright guys, we've got it, our final Draconian here, so we're going to kill this thing right now. And hopefully this actually puts us at level 50, which would be pretty sick. So we killed that, very close to level 50. I think if we hand this one in, complete quest. Ooh. We must be so close. Let's get one more thing done. Let's see what happens when we get this. I want to get to level 50 because it opens something up for us. Oh man, how much closer could we be? Got to be so close. Don't know what this sounds like. There's birds absolutely everywhere. We've got cockatoos. Sun belting my face. There we go. Level 50. So it does unlock some more things for us. Specifically a new tier of classes, skills, that sort of thing. In fact, what we're going to do right now is we're going to look at changing our class. So we've so far stuck to warrior, which was our tier 1 class, but what we can do is we can look at upgrading to a tier 2 class. So it does cost Orns. This one is 10,000. We're going to go with Paladin. Paladin has an ability called Valhallan Way. Starts to sort of lean into the follower style of play, so that's where it boosts our followers' stats. We want to lean into that one. And it gives us critical hits as well, which boosts the crit rate of any skills that can crit, except for ones that have a set crit rate. So like lunge is 50%, it won't increase that, but it will increase our normal attack. So we're going to hold to do that. Yes, and we've done it. We've got a new class, so that's actually given us some skills as well, including Earth Strike, which is a skill that it will get the faction bonus from Earthen Legion. So we're actually going to equip that to our skills. Second skill, oh, we got Osmo and Omni, they're good ones as well. So we'll equip Earth Strike, and we might actually equip Osmo Strike too. So that's it for now. Holy cow, this camera is heavy. Yeah, so we've had a pretty good run. Walked around a fair bit actually. It's good getting out and about playing this game. I might take you back home, walk you through just the Origin Town stuff. I'm not sure where I've inserted that, whether that's at the end or now. But yeah, I'll see you back home in a moment. Okay, we're back home, and it's night time now. So you'll notice on my screen that it's a little bit darker, and I spoke about this earlier using torches. Torches help with your view distance. It actually helps at night as well. It brightens up the screen, so always be using one. Helps you see more enemies. It's something that you should be doing. Tell you what guys, I've been looking through the video that I have caught so far, or captured so far, and the audio stuff is just frustrating me so much. So back to the banger mic, and we'll use that when we're inside to make sure that we do get some crispy audio for you guys. So a couple of things that I want to do to finish off this episode. I want to talk to you about Origin Towns and Origin Town bonuses. So if you have a look at our stats right now, you can see we're on 152 attack and 116 defense. We've leveled up a fair bit. We've got some okay gear on now. When you create an Origin Town in Orna, it actually does a few things for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to make where we play the game the most home, our Origin Town. Have a look at this. Whenever you return to this place, you feel invigorated by memories of your childhood, and you get a 10% bonus to all of your stats. So now that we're in our Origin Town, when we click on our character, we've got a few little bonuses that come up here. This is the class passives, etc. The Origin Town bonus will pop up there eventually, and what will happen is that our stats, you can see that our attack stat and our defense stat have gone up now while we're sitting at home. So that's really cool. We're sitting in our Origin Town, means that we'll do more damage when we fight things at home. So that's awesome. So what creating your Origin Town does as well is it will give you a shop. So you can see over there now there's a shop that's popped up. I believe that's the one for my Origin Town. Maybe, may not be. Maybe it will pop up in a moment. I think that could be it though. Although it says Rebecca View. So when you create your Origin Town, you do get a shop for the first time pop up there. So yeah, that's a cool thing about Origin Towns. And then what you can start doing is you can start building up your Origin Town. So now we hit build here. we've got a whole heap of cool new buildings that we can start to explore. We can build a keep to store followers. So we've already got one follower. We can start to build up our follower collection. We can store gear that we might want to use at a different date. We can actually even store gold in it and start to draw an income from it. We have a blacksmith, which we've already started using, bestiary, which we've already used to get a follower, and then there's other things like shops. You can build a way vessel, which allows you to teleport. I'll show you that later on. That is such a cool implementation. Really helps when people can't move around due to, you know, COVID restrictions, etc. Refinery to change materials. You've got a herbalist to create potions, jeweler to buy adornments or I guess gems that you can slot into gear. There's some really cool stuff here, including a town hall to get some more quests and some residents to get some people moving into your town. So there's a lot of cool things, and then you can actually buy decorations so you can make your town look really pretty as well. I'd say in order of importance, I'd make sure that you have a blacksmith at your home, because there's going to be a lot of things that you're going to be wanting to upgrade throughout your journey. So I'm fortunate enough that the blacksmith already exists where I live, so I don't need to do that. A shop you get provided, so you might want to just start upgrading that shop. And then after that, I think bestiaries you can find in the wild enough, or potentially through teleporting through a way vessel once you get to the appropriate amount of gold and stone to build one of those. So I'd probably go blacksmith first, and then yeah, maybe after that you could start looking at a citadel to store followers, but oh gosh, the gold cost maybe not. So it'll be a while. Oh sorry, keep is what it is. Keep is the one that can store your followers. 5,000 orns is quite a bit, but it's not a bad investment early on, because you will use this throughout the whole game, and also it means that if you want to try out different followers, you don't lose them when you hire a new one. It'll just go straight to your keep. So we're actually going to build one of these because we want to start building up our town. I'm going to put it right there. Alright, and now we can have a look at our keep. And you can see here we've got followers, we've got inventory, so if I store any items that go to the keep, they'll be here. You have a lookout, which gives you a brazier, which means that you can increase your view distance and attract more monsters once every 24 hours. So if you decide to do a grinding session at home once a day, you can light this up for an hour while you play. And then Scout Hawk actually adds some cool things nearby, so you can maybe you can locate maybe some dungeons, that sort of thing, not far from your house. So that's a cool thing to add early on in the game. So now that we are tier 3, we can actually start doing dungeons as well. So you see these, or gauntlets is what it's called in your menu. You've got one that you can do in your menu, and then any other dungeons you would have to do, you'd find around the world, or once you've got your keep upgraded enough. And you can do it as a normal dungeon, a hard mode, which basically increases the key cost. It means that the rewards you get in terms of orns, experience and gold are increased. Not the quality of items, just the orns, experience and XP. But it's also, yeah, higher key costs, so that's a bit of a difficulty. Or you can't so then you've got a boss mode one as well, where you can convert it to entirely bosses. You can do boss hard as well, which is, it just keeps multiplying the key cost, you can see there. So to get keys, there's a few ways to do it. You'll see up the top right here, there's a quick purchase option where you can choose to buy 5 keys for a cost from the rune shop. Alternately, you can actually get them for free by killing bosses in the world. So if you're moving around and you kill a few bosses, they do drop gauntlet keys. And then the third option is actually through raids in a kingdom. So once you've joined a kingdom, some of the early tier raids give you the opportunity to get gauntlet keys so that you can do them here. And what we might try and do is see how we go testing our luck in a gauntlet. I might just have a look at my skills and just see if we have any buffs we can apply. We might want to use Warcry in this dungeon, and I'll put Earth Strike on just in case we need it, and we might also put Osmo Strike on, which is a healing skill. And we're going to just give a regular gauntlet a go. That's fine. We can equip a loadout for it, so we're going to put our toughest defense and resistance gear on here to help keep us alive. Our strongest weapon, of course. We've now got a shield, which gives us more resistance, and ward is a mechanic we'll explain at a different point in time. And then what we'll do is add in a couple of items that help us out. Maybe a bit of mana wouldn't hurt here. Let's have a look. Mana 29, that might be what we aim for. Instead of the crystal eyes, we might go for mana. So let's jump into this. And dungeons are a great way to get your quests done. So if you are struggling to find quest monsters, you can actually do dungeons, and it's one of the easiest ways to find them. So never skip out on a dungeon. Great rewards. So I've used Warcry at the start there, which increases my attack by 25%, so that's pretty awesome. And it'll stay consistent through the entire dungeon. So you'll notice here I'm on floor 4 of 10. So there are 10 floors per dungeon in the starting tiers, and the dungeons actually go up in the amount of floors as you go through the game. As you get higher tiers, you will have more floors per dungeon. So we're actually doing alright in this dungeon. We only had one key so far from the bosses that we've killed, so we couldn't do it as a boss dungeon, but I actually liked running these as boss dungeons because it gives you opportunity to really get some cool weapons early in the game. So that's a recommendation from me, is to try and do them as boss dungeons if you're capable. And then doing a dungeon, I believe once we hit tier 3, actually became one of our daily missions for the day. So Draconian Lord should be an easy beat for us. And there we go. And completing dungeons gives you rewards at the end, which includes random materials and other things. You can, if you are in high tiers, you might get other random items such as summoning scrolls. But yeah, we completed a dungeon. And if we look at our daily quests, I believe... Oh, maybe no, actually, it was when we hit tier 3, our story quest. So there you go, complete gauntlets or dungeons, 1 of 1. We did that, and we got a gauntlet key straight back for our troubles. And we've hit level 55 already. So we're absolutely zooming. We haven't even used any XP boosters yet. I have just equipped monster tomes, which actually increases my XP gains, I'll show you, by 5%. So XP bonus of 5%. So we've just started using those, and what we'll start getting into soon is using shrines and other things. So I think that's all that we will really touch on for today. Yeah, chuck that one down. Thanks heaps for watching the episode, guys. As I've mentioned in the previous ones, if you want to ask me any questions, feel free to reach out to Modangy_NF on Twitter. You can ally this character, same name, Modangy_NF, and you can ask your questions through game, and I'll try and get to them. But also, I might be able to feature some of that stuff if you guys are asking questions that might be really good for the general public to get a bit of an understanding of. I'll try and start to feature that in the series. But yeah, really appreciate you guys watching the series. Really eager to hear how you're enjoying the game. And yeah, we'll continue with episode 4 sometime soon. So for now, I'll see you next time, and have a good awning.